Okay, so welcome everyone. It's really nice to have you here at our final event, and we're all super excited to see what you have been done, you've done in the last few weeks. But so how this will actually look tonight, we will have just a short recap of the semester to see what was happening. We will have a slide thank yous and then also what's coming next. Then the biggest part of the evening is, of course, the final presentations, and it will be followed by the Wonder Room, where we will all then be able to mingle a bit and say some final goodbyes and so on. So maybe, Daniel, you want to start with the recap?
Yes, thank you, Anna. Okay, you can go ahead. All right, so in terms of numbers this semester, we had in total 16 events, so scouting today, and 5 of these events were with industry experts or with people who are actually working in the field that we are all trying to learn and participate. We ended the semester with a little bit more than 80 successful participants. And in total, if you look at Educate, I'll show you some statistics from Educated later. There were a total of 4,000 hours learned on Educated, which is almost like 4,000 hours among everybody. If you sit down and watch 2,400 movies, but actually you were actually learning this 4,000 hours. So be proud of yourselves. In terms of events, we started with one of the first events, which was quite fun, is something that we do every semester, which is the ideation session. Where we kind of came together and we started to kind of discuss coming up with these ideas. I guess that some of the ideas that came up on these days actually turned into projects later. And then we had, of course, our industry experts that were invited to present. So we had Charlotte and Vanessa from Getting There Consulting, Marcel from Toledo.com, Victor from TaxFix, and Guilherme from Facebook. Really nice events. And you all remember our Career Changers event, where we had this little panel discussion where people from different walks of life that changed careers into tech could give their testimonials and answer questions. So that was quite nice. I had my little portfolio and CV tips workshop that I hope helped a lot. The recording is not online yet because, as you remember, I showed a lot of personal things, so I have to spend some time to kind of edit the video a little bit, but it will come. And my offer to take a look also at CVs and portfolio stand. I still didn't have time to do that. Some people already sent it to me. I'm sorry, but I will have time within the next week. So if you want to send your CV and portfolio as you make it, just go ahead. Then we had our little pitch event with all the pitches. I don't know if you remember all the projects, but it was really cool. Out of these projects, we got 12, which is the ones that we are presenting today. Then on Educated, as we said before, we had 4K hours learned or 8K material units completed. And that's a lot, actually. These are kind of just some statistics that you can get from Educated of this semester. So that's the top 5 skills. That's the most amount of hours learned. Oh, no, wait. Wait, go back.
Back.
And so you see there's a lot of stuff on data science and UX. Those are kind of the winners in terms of hours learned. And what is really interesting, the next page, is how throughout the semester, how much did you learn throughout the semester? So here, these numbers on the top is actually from the last day, right? So, but you see that we all started very kind of intensely, going with a lot of hours in the beginning. And then, of course, that dips down a little bit. But as you can see, even during the project phase, there were still people kind of logging in and learning and watching hours, etc. So that was really interesting to see this progress. And then later, we're going to see into much more detail each course, each track, etc. So we can really analyze that really nicely to see also how did the semester progress. Of course, we had our Slack, which is our home on Techlabs, because we do not have in-person events yet. We hope to. Oh, no, wait. I'll tell you to go next. We have our Slack community, which is quite active, as you saw, and thanks to the participation of all of you. But we are continuously trying to do things and to do things better and different every semester. So I think that is getting better every time. So this semester, if you go to the next slide, we had a lot of interaction, a lot of engagement from quite fun and interesting kind of little topics that people posted here and there. That was quite nice to see. We also had a lot of useful resources posted, both by the techies as well as by the management team. That was quite nice also to see. Next. Then we had, of course, support. We all of you asked for support from each other for the projects, but also before that, there was a lot of questions asked and people answering. So that was really, really cool that we got the whole community kind of helping each other. This is more like in the community channel, so the support in the community channel. Next. And yes, and then of course in the track channels we had a lot of stuff happening as well. I was not really involved so much in the track channel, so I kind of have to. You can keep clicking, Anna. Yeah. So I kind of just checked some stuff that I saw there, but it was really nice to see that there was a lot of engagement going on, and both from the track leads as well as from the students in each one of the tracks. Okay, next. So thank yous. I think it's very important to thank everybody that made this semester possible, starting with the mentors, which helped out in the project phase. So all of these people that just arrived for the past 2 months to serve as mentors for each one of the projects. Thank you so much for everybody that was there and participated. It was really helpful to have you there. And hopefully some of you will be back next semester, or will be even back in different functions within the management team. You are always welcome. Next. Thank you, of course, for the management team, which is us. I think that it's a lot of people that you don't know that is in the background. We try as much as possible to kind of bring people and show you people, but also there's a lot of stuff happening in the background. There's marketing, there's PR, there's HR, there's the whole kind of financial part, etc. So there's a lot of people. And you just see a little part of it. And of course, we have our mascots. That's Oni and Mao, our little dogs. And there's also other pets that we don't know, but these are the ones that are more present. Mao is actually not a new dog. Actually, Oni is Anna's dog, and Mao is my dog, actually. But you probably never saw because it's always sleeping when I'm presenting. And thank you so much for the management team. Hope to see you, everybody, next semester as well. And then last but not least, thank you so much for you, the techies. These are all the 80s techies that are left all the way to the end. And of course, Techlabs Berlin would not be possible without you. And thank you so much. You did great. And I'm really excited to see what you did in the projects. Yeah, thank you so much. Next.
Okay, and then I will talk a bit shortly just what's next, or what can you do after this semester, what's out there for you. So of course, like first maybe just a short recap about the digital shaper certificate. So you will receive the digital shaper certificate if you finish your project successfully, and then if you also completed your learning track. So these are the two criteria to get a certificate. After the semester, there is, of course, our alumni channel and alumni group. We have a LinkedIn group, which is actually a group with all the alumni from all of the locations in the world we have. And then we also have the local Berlin group, which you will be added to, and you will be able to continue, keep in touch, and also connect with other alumni. This is the groups where we usually share some, hackathons or events or some, interesting also job posts and so on. And so definitely hopefully helpful group for you. The other option is, of course, to also continue with Techlabs and continue and complete another track. Our new semester will start somewhere in the fall, so usually end of September or beginning of October. And of course, we will announce those dates on our social media and newsletter and on the website. So yeah, you are very welcome to continue and finish another track with us. And for the students who are, in the data science, this track, of course, artificial intelligence would be maybe a logical step to go next. But also actually now in the summer break, we offer also a little 20 hours long program, which is called Data Science Accelerator. So it is somehow a connection between data science and artificial intelligence. It's kind of like a hands-on data science program. And if you're interested and you need more info, you can always reach out to Zubin or to Max, who actually created that program. So they can definitely give you more info. But it is running always in between semesters as additional little program. Of course, another option for you is also to join us as a volunteer. So we are always really looking for help and no matter like which skills you have, really, like there are so many areas where you can help us, like really being the track lead or anything like related to the students. But also there is, you know, the marketing, the partnerships, the event organizations, and really many. So I think each of you has a skill that can help us. And but it's not also just about helping the Techlabs. It's also about developing yourself, because actually, you know, it's also like kind of working on yourself and expanding your skills you already have. So I really hope that some of you will decide and join us like Daniel did. And look at him now being a track lead. Oh no, sorry, not a track lead, a semester lead. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, no matter which skill you have, reach out to us if you are interested in joining us. And we are really happy to have a chat about that. And then in the very near future, tomorrow, of course, we will have our like in-person social event as the final event. So we will meet at 7 at the Moltkebrücke, close by there. So no matter rain or sun, it's going to happen. And there are some roofs around where we can shelter if in case of rain. So yeah, bring your favorite drinks and food and your good mood, and super excited to actually meet you in person tomorrow. And so I really hope that a lot of you will be able to show up. Cool. And I think these are actually all the updates and recaps. So the main part is starting now. We will actually, hear your presentations about the projects you had so far. So please try to keep in 5 minutes. And otherwise, Daniel will be very mad with you. And of course, we want to hear what you've been up to in the last past weeks, what you've been to from pitch to plan, and what were your decisions and explorations and roadblocks and learnings, and in which stage is your app or website at the moment, and if you have any plans to maybe develop it further. And also to see your demos. So these are our projects and kind of the order in which we will go. So I will actually now, I mean, at the end, we will actually have the Wonder Room, but
okay. No, go back,
yeah. I will actually stop presenting, and then
so keep in mind your presentation order so that you are ready as soon as it comes.
Exactly. So just a sec. Let me just check if Heike has the hosting rights. I think you do. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm ready. So let me just pull up the slides here. Cool. And let me put this navigation bar aside. So, and I'm gonna start my very own timer now for 5 minutes. So cool. Yeah, we're happy to start this evening here with ChestX, our project. And I'm just gonna hand over to Sophia right away for our little introduction.
Okay, you can go to the next slide. Awesome. So everyone, we're just going to briefly go through problem solution. The problem that we focused on is that, you know, when you want to prove that you are corona negative, you have to perform an antigen test or PCR test, which are not really comfortable, painful for some, and produce plastic waste. So we focused on maybe finding an alternative solution that would avoid these issues. And the solution that we came up with is an application that would detect whether you have COVID or not by scanning your chest x-rays. The big idea was that, you know, you would have minivans spread across Berlin with mobile x-rays. You would get in there, your chest would get x-rayed. A Techlabs center would upload your image on our application, and that program would then deduce whether you had COVID or not. And now we will show you a quick demo so you have a better idea of how that would look like. Passing on back to Heike.
Thank you, Sophia. Cool. So this is our web application, ChestX. You get started right here. You type in a name. Maria was here already. Let's do something else. this. And I forgot the birth date, but it doesn't work. So I really have to put it in. Let's give this person a few more years of experience here. So good. And still doesn't work. I should put in an email address. So Marina will actually get the results on her Gmail account once we're finished. Then we can upload the X-ray data. This is actually our data set. I'm just going to scroll randomly through this, and let's use this one. This is Marina's picture. It's a bit distorted, yes, but it will work. And we analyze it, and congratulations, Marina, you don't have COVID. And then you could go on with another patient if you wish. But let's get back to our presentation. So basically, what's within the app, or how was it made? It's a mix of Python and JavaScript frameworks, different ones. And we also used Figma and Photoshop for the graphical mockups and all the UX work that Sophia and Nina did. And a bunch of very good communication tools here, which is just awesome for remote work, like you all know probably. But the more interesting stuff that we're going to tell you, I have 2 more minutes. So our success story is definitely that we do have a prototype, and we're really happy about this. And we had some challenges finding the right data set, because after a while, there is quite a lot of COVID X-ray data out there. But if you dig into it, you realize they are all kind of connected. Some people pick up data sets that are out there already, and they add other data to it. And then on the end, we actually found a really good data set that includes a lot of data we used in the beginning. And another challenge was for the whole team, I think, to get used to the whole coding environment, set up your IDE, which one should you use? How can we collaborate with GitHub? And we managed, but this was one of the bigger challenges, I think. But we successfully collaborated between the tracks, definitely. We deployed our model, and we have a bunch of ideas for the future also. So we could improve the whole app, giving better results, like indicating actually with a little square the areas in your lungs where the COVID is very active and it's targeted more. And we could pitch it in a startup competition to get more funding, and to actually maybe realize these big ideas Sophia and Nina had about the mobile laboratory that could go through the town. Who knows? And thanks a lot to our awesome team and mentor. I'm pretty happy that we could make this project possible with all of you. And that's it already. I hope you have a good overview of our project. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Heike. That was awesome. And one quick question, like, what is the correctness of your predictions? What is the percentage of that you get right?
Oh yeah, we have a accuracy of 99% actually.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so nearly no false positives and some more false negatives, which is actually something you want in medical decision making or medical data analysis, because it's okay if you have a false positive, right? You can test again, but false negative is very bad. Yeah, if that slips through the grid, basically. Yeah.
Got it. Very interesting. Do you have any questions? We're going to open usually for 1 or 2 questions afterwards, and then whatever else other questions you have, just ask in the chat, and then Heike and the rest of the team will also answer in the chat. If you have questions in 10 seconds, just pick up. 10 seconds up. So thank you so much, Heike. That was really, really interesting and really cool to see it in action. I wish we could see more action. Is this deployed anywhere?
It is, yes. So
okay, so you can post the link in the chat so we can also check it out. Although we do not have our X-rays to test.
Yeah, exactly. You need X-ray data.
Maybe you could also post 1 or 2 X-ray images so we can check it out on Slack maybe afterwards. So we can all try. That would be really nice.
Sure. Cool. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much. So let's move on to the next one, which should be BeachBlue.
Yes.
Who is talking, Gabriela?
Yes, it's me.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yes, we see your screen.
Wait a minute.
Just have to start presentation mode.
Yeah.
Just put it in a presentar. I think you have to press a presentar, no?
Okay.
Yes, perfect. All right.
Yes, okay.
Go ahead.
We are BeachBlue. And what is BeachBlue? We do help our user to plan their vacations. When we go to a new place and you don't often know how the infrastructure in the place are, especially when we talk about beaches and lakes, and especially when we go with your family. And searching online for each beach and each lake can be proved to be a nightmare. Because of that, we build a solution to help our users to find a beach and lake and identify the best spots that meets his requirements. And with the help of our data team, recommend the best spots. Okay, here we have two cases. We have Gregory. He's young. He's like sports and know new people. And we have Elena. She has a family, a daughter. She likes more calm places with children area. And I chose Gregory case to show you guys about it. Okay. That is some features we have in your project. For example, sand type, surface zone, we have nudism or not. And here's our demo. I take a video to don't have any problems with. This is how work our first version, the website. All these cards, we use the data from the data team. There's some informations about these beaches, what do we have there, a little description. And we have our top recommendations for cities in Spain, the best for beaches. And yeah, it's almost finished. Okay. And that's some analysis we did it. All beaches that we show on the website are ordering by rating from Google. Our data team work on that. And some the personalized recommendations system is a feature that will be implemented in the next version. And this is a little bit about our tools, Figma, Python, Google. And that's our team. And yeah, do everyone have questions?
All right, Gabriela, thank you so much. Really nice presentation. I really like the design of everything. It looks really, really cool. One quick question: is it deployed anywhere that we can visit, or is not yet deployed?
Not yet. I will deploy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to deploy it. So send the link because I think lots of people want to use it actually.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so next, the questions. 10 seconds, anyone can just pick up. Oops.
Do you plan on deploying it like really?
Sorry?
Do you plan on deploying it so we can use it for our vacay this year?
Yeah, yes, totally.
Nice.
I will be a mobile version too, pretty soon. I will deploy it.
It looks amazing.
One more question is what is the data? How many beaches do you have? You got this data set from somewhere, and you have a lot of beaches, or are you still filling it up?
A lot. Niti,
have around 3,500.
Oh wow, all over the world. That's really cool.
Just in Spain.
Oh, just in Spain. So you started with Spain, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, very nice. Thank you so much. Check the comments on the chat. Lots of people saying really nice things. And please do deploy it. So next one. Thank you so much, Gabriela.
Yeah.
Newcomer. So who is presenting for Newcomer?
Just a little disclaimer, we will be 20 seconds late. And here we go.
All right, you can go ahead. 1, 2, 3, go.
Newcomer is a project created with the goal of solving everyday challenges related to immigrants' lives in Berlin, from their visa application process to their integration. In order to solve this problem, we developed a web app that works as a smart guide where migrants will be guided by a personalized track with valuable tips and information to affront these challenges. After doing some competitive analysis, we realized that there are no similar apps on the market. We actually found similar projects, but none of them had launched an app so far. Nevertheless, our user research campaign results show a big acceptance rate. 50% of the respondents are keen to download an app of this type, and 44% responded that I could maybe be interested on download it. We generated questionnaires, mood boards, and also had multiple brainstorming sessions to define the project scope, considering its purpose and values, the strategic opportunities of the project, and the feasibility of its features during the project phase.
We have created 7 different personas, which covering different ages, genders, professional and educational experiences, reasons of relocation, and plans for the future. We spend our time structuring the content in the most personalized way for every user. So the final track will be depending on the nationality, reason of relocation, and the current location stage of the user. We try to display the main stages of user going through, starting from the idea of relocation, searching on the proper information, finding a newcomer, signing in, and going through personalized track while getting points and playing the game. After achieving the main goal, user will delete the app.
Multiple low-fi wireframes, we came up with the following game plan. The user gets a personalized task list after sign up. On completing each task, he gets virtual beers. Each recycled bottle gives him a P-Fund score. The user can use the P-Fund to buy a carton of milk all the way up to becoming the mayor of Berlin. The user is greeted with an illustration in the homepage and decides to sign up. To set up his profile, he gets to choose an avatar and his nationality. He can now personalize his content by choosing the categories. Let's say he chooses visa and the purpose of visit as work. The user is shown data that's relevant only to his nationality. He goes through the document and marks it as complete to earn some points. Similarly, if he wants to know more about the rules in Berlin before he relocates, he gets a pre-departure task list. All of the progress that he's made can be tracked on the progress tracker in the homepage. On completing level 1, his avatar gets upgraded from a tourist to expat level and opens up all the other categories in level 2. For simplicity, let's explore Anmeldung. The drill remains the same. Progressive disclosure of data for every task completed. In the end, the user can take part in activities for those extra beer points. As he progresses through level 2, he gets to play the game Newcomer versus Berlin. The player gets a shock and resets the score if he comes in contact with the notorious Berlin scams or bureaucratic hassles. And if he chooses a good Berlin deal, he gets bonus points. Fast forwarding to the score page for obvious time constraints. The entire game was made using AkshaRP, and if you want to play the game, I can share the link. On finishing the game, his avatar gets upgraded to Pro Berliner, and he can now access level 3 content.
In terms of usability testing and fixing errors, we conducted user feedbacks with Maze remote testing platform. 90.1% users did without making a mistake. This is a positive outcome because from a UX standpoint, a user is always burdened with tons of information and can be easily distracted. So the chances of making mistakes could be even higher. Unfortunately, the website is only available on a desktop version, so we weren't able to check the responsiveness on different devices and check for accessibility.
Here's a small demo of the web app Newcomer based on the UX prototype. First of all, the user have to sign up with their email address and set their password. Then they will be notified that the account has been created. Their email and password are stored in Firebase authentication. The first time they log in, they would be redirected to the dashboard. They have to change their profile picture and type in their name. Their fund score or recycling bottle score would be starting at 0. If they need a visa, they can answer a dynamic series of questions to get a personalized answer on which visa is best suited for them. Once they complete this, they can go back to the dashboard and cross the visa step off and earn 50 fund score. Next, they can get information about the Anmeldung or city registration and earn some more fund score. If they are done with the time being, their progress would be stored in Firestore, so they can log in again later when they need to complete the following steps. The web app has been developed using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, JSON files, and Firebase authentication and Firestore database.
That's it, guys. Thank you for listening. And
Thank you.
We would certainly like to continue ahead. And I would really, really thank Techlabs for getting us all together.
Oh, nice. You're all in the same place. That's great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. Is it so the website is still kind of in prototype? Is it deployed anywhere or is still developing it?
We had only one web developer finally, so she's put in all that she could. But yeah, I mean,
it's not deployed. It's just on GitHub for now. So
okay, one day, hopefully, so that we can.
That is the goal.
Yeah, really nice, really interesting. And so let's open for questions. 10 seconds. Anyone can just pick up. Okay, anyway, the presentation was so complete. There is no much space for questions, but there's a lots of comments on the chat. Take a look. Thank you so much for the presentation. And we are looking forward also to see that deployed.
Thank you.
So let's move on to the next one. It's Busking Radar. Who is present? Is it Basan or someone else from the group?
Yeah, it's me.
All right, you can share your screen.
Just a moment. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so
all right, go ahead.
Yeah, let's start. It's very difficult after this wonderful presentation of the Newcomer to present, but yeah, I'll try. So yeah, the problem that we were trying to solve with the Busking Radar, and we are the Busking Radar team, was how to make the outdoor entertainment, street performances, music performances, street music more available and easily discoverable for public, and just how to promote it. And it was actually kind of a twofold problem, because on one hand we wanted to solve the problem for the public, who, for example, people want to go to listen to some music and to know what is around them, maybe some street concert happening now or today or tomorrow they would like to visit, and on the other hand we wanted to help buskers to attract more audience, larger audience, and promote performances. And also the important problem was that how to help buskers to attract a larger audience to the places with the lower human traffic, where loud music is allowed, because often for the buskers it is a big problem if they play inside in the Berman kids, then the police comes and then they can play maybe for 15 minutes or half an hour only, and then ordnance comes and make them go away. And so our solution for this problem was to create a platform with a user-friendly and attractive interface, which would help to connect buskers and the public, and could also help to it could also help to support a valuable cultural trait like a street performance. And what our goal was not, what our non-goal was, is not to create a kind of a social network app for buskers and fans to, we were really trying to focus. So in the core of other project was the events and how to promote them. And let me introduce quickly. So our design is actually the mobile first. So I will show it as a mobile, the desktop also, but it's kind of not that nice as the mobile. So so right now I'm logged in, but like let me, so as a non-login, non-registered user, you can enter as a guest, and you can just discover the performances on the interactive map. You can either see all of them in a list, and yeah, you can see the time, the location, and a little description and the name of the performance. And you can also search by, let's say, by, yeah, by, how do you call, genre? But also this search is still under construction. We are planning to implement the autocomplete in the future. And you can also search the events by date. Like there is only 2 events on that day, and then you can see all of them on the map. You can also click on the pinpoint and see what kind of the event at this place happening, or like will happen on the 1st July in this case. Also, as a non-registered user, you can check the buskers which are registered. You can go to their links, the social network, social links like a YouTube channel, or you can also check out their Spotify channel if they have one, or follow them on a Facebook. And then you can also go, and yeah, at the moment there is no events at this user, but yeah, sorry. Let's find a user which has an event. Let's say this. Yeah, and then you can also check his events, a little description, the description of the genre. And also, as a registered user, you can create the events, and you have the profile page. Hey there. Yeah. So as a registered user, you have the profile page, you have your events, which you can update or delete. And you can edit your profile page and choose yourself the profile pic. You can also create an event by, let's say, Lomühlenbrücke, and then you have the suggestions. You just type in an address where you would like to have an event, let's say Admiralbrücke. You click, and then you can confirm choice, and then you drop to the create event. And because it is also important, that the
Hey, Bastian, just watch the timer.
Okay. Sorry. So it was also important that you cannot create the event at the same event at the same place at the same time, so the user would get the warning. Yeah, but let me go back to the presentation, which I need to finish. Yeah. So so the tech stack that we used was the MERN stack. So and then the data science used the JSON. And the UX used the Miro, Figma, and Affinity Designer. I don't know what is it, but apparently they used that. And yes, the challenges that we had, that it was difficult in the beginning to start to work as a team, and we also was lacking the tech skills, so that we had to learn by doing. And yeah, for the user research, we also had a very limited number of buskers to contact, but we could, during our work, we improved the problem-solving skills. Yeah, you can read it. And the most important, we became the team, like with the big letter T. And yeah, we made the new friends. That was awesome. So, so there are many features which we still would like to implement, like autocomplete, as I mentioned, and filters for the events, the filters for the users, so the buskers. Then we want also to have the non-busker users also to be able to create an account to receive notifications about the events which are happening near them. And yeah, and then also our DS team made the list of the popular locations for Busking Radar, so the data set, which would be also nice to use. Yeah, and this is our team. And I would like to thank everyone and the team, the whole Techlabs community, and our mentor. It was just a wonderful, and I'm a little bit sad that it's all like going to the end. So I will for sure join an alumni or in some way continue. And yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Basan. And watch the time. Huh? You always go further than the time. Everybody watch the time. But it was great. Thank you so much. I saw that it's also deployed. It would be great if you could put the link in the chat as well, and on Slack. Everybody posts on Slack as well, so that we have it registered. And that's really, really nice. So I will open for questions. 10 seconds. If anyone has, just speak up. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Thank you, Basan. That was awesome. And we are waiting for the link on the chat, on the Slack, and on the chat. All right, so next one, What the Wine. All right, so who's presenting from What the Wine?
Yes, it's me, Nok. Do you guys see my screen already?
We see your screen, yeah. We can just start presenting and ready to go. Let me start the timer here.
Okay, there we go. Yes.
All right, go ahead.
So yeah, hi guys, thanks for joining. And today I want to present to you our project, What the Wine. Generally, wine is a very complex topic, and our user research has shown that pretty much 60% of people who regularly buy wine don't really know much about it. And many of them also don't really want to become wine experts in the first place. So whenever they go to a store and want to buy wine, they're starting to feel very overwhelmed and confused because of the huge selection that is available in store. And are just really frustrated whenever they're there. And the only things that we found that they are really interested in is, how does the wine taste? What's the price of the wine? And is the wine white, red, or whatever? And this is where our project, What the Wine, comes in, which is a web application that gives instant wine recommendations to consumers, no matter the occasion, based on a very simple search form that they are filling out. And they will be provided with the most basic information they need to know about the wine, and only the information that they actually want to know. And this all will really enable them to make easier, more straightforward decisions and really choose the perfect wine for their occasion. For the demo, we prepared a video, and I'll try to talk you through why this is running. Hope this works. So people will pretty much start right at the beginning at the search form. We'll have to specify whether they're having wine with food or without food, or telling us what kind of food they want to have it with, the price range, the preferred one that they want to spend. And then they can put on more filters such as the wine type, origin, or flavor profile that prefer if they have any. And then with just a click, they get a bunch of recommendations based on that, through which they can scroll through and look at different wines. Also click on certain wines and read more about them. And here we really highlighted that the simplicity of our app pretty much. So we really provide the most important information, and especially a flavor profile that is very easy to understand and really doesn't include any marketing or any intangible descriptions. And yeah, and next to that, people can also just like click through and read stuff about the project And that's pretty much it. So it's very easy and very straightforward. And that's really something that we also wanted to include in this project. So yeah, talking about our tech stack, it's pretty similar to probably all the other projects. So I won't go too much into that, but yeah, from the web development and the UX front, we had a couple of things that we used. But talking about that, also project management, in the beginning, we started off with pretty much communicating through Slack exclusively. So really putting each and every notes, like all meeting notes into Slack, and that got really, really messy at some point. So we started to move everything into Notion to really have a central place and a platform to yeah, have all of our information there. And also the web development guys used Kanban as a method to really keep communication going and kind of keep the collaboration going as well. And yeah, talking about our project and our journey, we had quite a couple of ups and downs and a couple of challenges that we had to face. For one, we had very ambitious goals for this project, quite a lot of very cool ideas that we wanted to implement. However, regarding the time, we obviously had to prioritize a couple of things here. Next to that, we did have a couple of communication and understanding issues in the beginning in between the different tracks. And also, I think the biggest challenge that we probably faced as a team was that many people unfortunately dropped out of our team, which was a pretty hard hit for the rest who based it, or the rest of the team that stayed. However, we were able to get new team members and welcome them and really integrate them into the team, which was pretty great. And we're able to adjust to the sudden changes and also kind of overcome the very tight timelines that we had in the end. So that was really great. Talking about the team, you've probably already seen that our team now pretty much only consists of web development and UX. So Timea and Steph have been working on the web development side, and we're really nice to jump in and really save our project, let's say. So thanks to the two of them. And from the UX side, Ivo, Veronica, and I have pretty much yeah, done this project. But at this point, we also really wanted to mention our mentor, who was really great help, Rodolfo. I don't know whether he's in the meeting right now, but in case you're listening, Rodolfo, thank you very much. You were a great help, and Rodolfo was really always there and dedicated so much time to this project, really helping and teaching us. And yeah, we probably wouldn't have been able to do this without him. So yeah, thanks a lot, Rodolfo, in case you're listening. And as I already said, we had quite a lot of dropouts, unfortunately, but every one of those people has really contributed to this project in a certain way. So we, of course, also wanted to mention those guys here. So yeah, those are our contributors. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That was What the Wine. And thank you very much for your attention.
Perfect time, exactly 5 minutes.
Wow.
No, really nice. Thank you so much, Nock. It was really, really cool. And one question that I probably ask everybody, is this something that we can use already, or is this still in development?
I'm not quite sure. I think we haven't deployed it yet, but that's probably something that Timea or Steph can answer a little bit better than I.
Yes, hello. So unfortunately, we couldn't deploy the application due to the time limitations, but maybe we will.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Very nice. Thank you so much. 10 seconds for questions. Anyone just speak up?
Can I ask where you get the data from?
Yes, so the thing is that all of our data scientists in the team dropped out. So there is no one to answer this question, unfortunately.
But I remember there was some sort of discussion about the source of the data. We're not really sure if we should use it or not, but there is some source that we have to kind of ask them to tell us.
Yeah.
But
our data came from a very big popular wine website that they scraped. And
okay.
When Timea and I joined the team, we quickly realized that, or she found that the website does not allow scrapers. So we had to hide all evidence that we used any scraped data at all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's also in a way like, this is kind of an academic project, let's say, and it's not a big deal, I would say. But it was really, really nice, and we really would like to see that live. So if you can push it and put it online, I think lots of people will use it. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next one, which is, let me check, Terravis. Who is there from Terravis?
Um,
Anyone? Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's me. Hi.
Hi, okay, cool. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. I'll just start.
All right, go ahead.
Oh. Okay, welcome. Thank you guys for the introduction. Welcome to Techlabs, the map visualization web application with the goal to make climate change tangible. Just to start, I can't switch the slide. Okay, now I can. What is the problem that we wanted to tackle? The problem that we want to tackle is actually about climate change. And we didn't attempt to solve climate change in 8 weeks in a voluntary program, don't worry. But what we tried to solve is the issue that people actually nowadays are not aware of the actual effects of climate change that much. So climate change will cause something to humanity, of course, in the near future, but right now we don't see that many effects apparent in the present. So this is what we wanted to tackle. We wanted to bring climate change to the forefront at everyone's mind. And yeah, I will just go ahead and see how we do this. Before we have a look in our web application, first of all, I want to give you a brief overview about the solution process that we took. So we first of all open up the idea space to think of how can we actually convey our message and how can we actually fulfill the purpose that we wanted to. And we came up with a bunch of good ideas and in the end found this huge data set about Earth surface temperature, which entails temperature from 1750 to 2013 across 3,500 locations all over the world. And we thought that temperature, which is what climate change ultimately comes down to, would be a very good way to visualize climate change, in fact, and because temperature is also something that people could grasp very easily. So what we did is we split up the work into 2 work streams. The data science team, which consists of 3 people, try to prepare the data in the way that we can extract the necessary information we need. And the web development team tried to develop a web application that actually conveys the message that we wanted to and fulfills the purpose and reaches the purpose that we want to bring climate change to the forefront of everyone's mind. So on the next slide, I will try to show you the screen recording of our web application. I hope it works. So what you can see here is our static map view. Each and every colorful dot represents a location, a specific location in a specific year, and the climate change at this location, the temperature change at this location. So a darker red symbolizes a larger change to the positive side, whereas a darker blue represents a bigger change to the negative side. And most importantly about our app is probably the time slider at the bottom. So when you access our app, you can start the time floating from 1900 onwards here. We had some issues with the performance due to the large size of the data set. So we had to cut it off to the period from 1900 to 2013. And then you can just scroll through the time and see how the temperature is actually changing in the different locations. And what else we implemented is on the left side, the sidebar, where you can also have some information on the project. For example, on the project, on the problem. Of course, you can see what the legend, what the color dots are about. You can see some information on the analysis that we did, and some more information on the project. And yeah, this is our web application here. And now I will hand over to Kim for the tech stack.
Okay, so yeah, our tech stack, we use React mainly for the front end, and we don't have a Node backend actually, but we just fetch the GeoJSON data directly to the front end and connecting to our customized base map from Mapbox. And yeah, also like data was with the preparation with the Python and yeah. And our app is deployed in the Netlify, and we design all together with a Figma. Next, please. And we are very happy about we successfully deliver our MVP, and we didn't have a UX UI designer, but we worked it out. So we designed our app together, but we have a kind of challenge with the data because it was such a big data. And after the team just passed us data, but it was still really big. So we had a little bit of performance issues and the rendering problem, didn't really sync up with the time slider. But at the end, the data science team reduced the data under 50 megabytes, so it all worked out. But another issue was with the React, it was a little bit because of a rendering behavior. It was a little bit, of a challenge work with the slider and map. So maybe vanilla JavaScript would be preferred. Yeah, maybe. Next, please. Yeah, this is our team members. Lucas, Florian, Bastian, Timmy, and me as team members, and Mento, Alan, and also logo design was from Iva. Thank you so much, all. Yeah, and I think that's it.
Thank you so much. Perfect. Good timing and really impressive. Very nice. Is this online anywhere that we can look at? Yeah. It's on Amplify, right?
Yeah, it is deployed. Yeah.
Great. So send us the address, please. That would be really, really nice. Take a look at that closer. Very nice. Thank you so much. Any questions? 10 seconds. Okay, not many people have questions today, but I think you can always ask stuff on the chat and on Slack as well. No, it was really nice. And send us the link, please. That would be really cool to see.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So next project would be Jobzilla. Dimitri, is that you that is going to present? If it is, we cannot hear you.
Hi.
Oh yeah, now I can hear you. No, now not anymore.
Yeah, no, we're still here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, you ready, Dimitri?
Yes, Angela, start.
Okay.
All right.
So this project is Jobzilla. Next slide, please.
Oh.
All right, so what is Jobzilla? Oh, Jobzilla is an AI-driven app which will find the best job for your unique set of skills, and it'll help to create cover letters so that no applicant tracking system can resist. So you can start your new career journey with just a couple clicks. Next slide. So what is the problem, first of all? If I were to ask you who in the hiring organization has the first check over incoming applications, probably most people would say people or the HR department. But actually the truth is that oftentimes bots are the ones that are looking over your applications. So this is called ATS, or applicant tracking system. And companies use ATS to streamline recruitment process, save time, kind of record the whole process and get analytics. So it's very understandable that a company would want to use this. But of course, it makes for problems when you're making your application because you have to think of the robot rather than the human. Next slide. Another problem that we found actually through our user research was that most people are spending about 1 to 3 hours on writing just a single cover letter. This is pretty crazy because if you think how much time that we spend writing a cover letter compared to the bot, the ATS, spending just like 1 second reading it, it's pretty unbalanced. So we thought we wanted to do something about it. Next slide. So our solution is to actually let bots as well write application for those bots, for the ATS. So if you have similar models, similar logic as the ATS, you're more likely to get a much better outcome. And also, in addition to that, for the applicant, you're automating repetition, you're speeding up boring processes, and you're actually increasing the conversion rate so that you actually get calls back for your applications. Next. So we're going to go ahead and go into a live demo now.
So we will basically start our journey with uploading the candidate CV. So we let system to analyze the profile of the user. And here, of course, in the place coming our first model. As a result of execution, we will get the list of the candidate skills, which are extracted by our model. Those skills we can use for searching for the best matching job for the candidate. Let's see, in the city, Berlin. And here, we'll get the list of the results. 1 second. Yeah, and that's important to mention that all those results are sorted based on similarity index. And this similarity index, like technically saying, was calculated as a quotient similarity between job description and the text of user profile. Similar logic, filter logic are used by all ATS systems. So as we found our job to apply, we need to go to our cover letter creator. Here, we just need to type the name of the job and the skills which we want to highlight in the cover letter. So basically, I have created already this cover letter. Usually it takes 1 or 2 minutes, but generally we can create so many cover letters as possible. And as you can see, my Grammarly even didn't react on the text, because basically from grammar perspective is pretty correct. So we can control in the output cover letter lengths, we can control creativity, we can even control the number of the tokens which will be taken into consideration. So, and yes, this model is already deployed and you can use it. So, by talking about our tech stack, we want to say that not everything we have realized. So we have really ambitious goals, we have really ambitious plans, and our ideal scenario, it would be like one button page or just one robot, which will continuously apply for the best matching jobs in automatical models. Unfortunately, it's not really possible. Another our approach was to create some kind of reinforcement learning system, which would take in consideration all the results and response rates for the standard application and help our model to be retrained and to execute this reinforcement learnings. So, but I guess in general, this approach might be very interesting to everybody who would love to think about automatization of mailing communication. So, as a team, we want to say thanks to Techlabs in general for bringing all us together, and of course our mentor Pedro for help with the project task, and also for Zubin, who was our compass in the AI and data science task world. Yeah. So guys, if you have some questions, please shoot it. And yes, and I can show the results of the second text which was created right now.
And you said that this is deployed, right? So we need the address. I think lots of people are going to be using that.
We will share this address right now. Basically, like all the models were deployed as API in the container. Yeah. So there is some limitation in terms of how many calls might be done, etc. So, but yes, we can share the address later.
That's really nice. You can also share on Slack as well.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Dimitri and Angela. Was it Angela? Wait, I cannot see.
Yeah, it was me.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. That was really, really interesting and quite impressive. Looking forward to use that. So, someone has any questions?
When is it coming, the German version?
Oh, it's actually a good question. And basically, for skills extraction, and as well as for text generation, we have used mainly English models like GPT-2 and also Spicy. Those models are trained mainly on 90% of English texts. I know that there are some models like GPT-Neo, which are taking also big corpus of German text for the learnings, and we can actually retrain this model and to create also German texts. I also have seen some attempts of another people and other scientists to adapt GPT-2 models for some local languages like Portuguese language, etc. So it's pretty resource-consuming process, because you need to load into the model a lot of data from third-party sources, and like to create the main model by like on individual basis with Google Colab, etc. It's pretty difficult. But definitely we are looking for some different another transformer model to play with it and to test which outputs would be better. Like in this model, we were using just simplest and smallest model, which was available currently as open API. So, and I guess like if we will go a little bit deeper and we will take more advanced models for the trainings, we can also get more interesting results, and also in German language.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dimitri. Congratulations. And let's move on to the next project. Perfect. Thank you so much. So next, sorry.
Sorry.
So next one is Birds AI. Who is there? Is presenting? Is it Natty?
Yeah, it's me.
Hey,
hello,
Natty.
hello.
Cool. So you can just start. All right.
All right. So, hello everyone, we are Bird's Eye. Yeah, I'm super excited to show you our prototype today. Bird's Eye went through a couple of stages in its evolution, and now Bird's Eye is a story. It's a storytelling app that tells the story of deforestation in the Amazon rainforest, past, present, and future. So if you live in Germany or Europe like us, you know, the Amazon rainforest is very far away. And it's sometimes so far away that it's invisible to us. And even though we read about deforestation in the news and we kind of know that it's bad, it's hard to make that connection between us as individuals and what's happening in the Amazon rainforest. And so this project is an attempt to form that connection between the user and the rainforest and to spread awareness about deforestation and what's causing it. And we do that by creating an interactive visual story. So this is something that is simple, something informative, combines a lot of data visualizations, and it's something that you can share and pass on to other people. And the goal is to give you a better idea of what deforestation actually looks like, what the main causes are, and how fast it's happening, and so on. And we designed this with really everyone in mind. Our target group is everyone from high school students to our boomer parents or grandparents. So everybody can see, understand what they are seeing, and pass it on to other people. So I'm going to start with a quick demo. We designed with mobile first, but this works perfectly on a desktop as well. So this is a story, it's interactive. It's mostly, most of the interaction is by scrolling or swiping up, which is what I'm going to do. And as you swipe up or down, things happen on the screen. You get some information, some data visualizations show up. We start by an intro, and there are a few chapters in the story that I'm going to run through. We have a chapter with predictions on the area of deforestation in the next years. This is 2026, a bit of interaction here. And this is the fruit of the data science team's work. We have a satellite view with some points that you can click on and get time-lapse videos of those locations to get a closer look of how, you know, the past few years. We have this chapter that visualizes the rate of deforestation in the different states, because unfortunately some states are doing worse than others. There's also a bit of interactions here. You can extract some features from the data set. And then we have a section with a couple of charts. We didn't want to have too many charts, so we chose two. This one, which is also interactive, it shows the main drivers of deforestation. You can see it's commodity driven, so meat, metals, palm oil, things that we consume in one way or another. And this chart shows the decline in forest area as the growth in crop production and palm oil and livestock happens since the 90s. And then finally, we have this counter that gives an estimate on the area that was cut down today in Brazil for each day. You can see this number is pretty huge. It's bigger than the area of Mitte. So this is the area that was cut down today in Brazil. I'll let that sink in for a second. And of course, you can share the story, which is part of the idea. Yeah, so to create this kind of relatively simple looking interface with this sort of passive interaction of scrolling, it took a lot of work, and we had to learn a lot of new libraries and technologies and things that were not part of the Techlabs course, like Mapbox, which powers our maps. We have a Flask server that processes and serves some of the data and feeds it. And yeah, that was very interesting to do. We had to learn a lot of new things. And also another interesting experience was this evolution of this project from one idea to something very different. I see that I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna continue to present our wonderful team. I love this team. We have 4 data science people, 3 web development, and 1 UX designer. And I'm going to use my last 2 seconds to say thank you to Richard, our mentor, who taught us a lot and guided us through. So thank you very much. That's it for me. If you have any questions, we are here to answer.
Really, really, really impressive, Nettie. Is it online? Can we actually look at it and share it?
Not yet, but
Not yet.
That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay,
we have to finish up some things.
Yeah, please do, because it's really interesting and also really good for us to share as well. So that's kind of one of the goals, to be shared. So please put it online, and it looks really interesting, really, really beautiful. Yes. Congratulations. So anybody have any questions? 10 seconds.
Yeah, I wanted to quickly ask, is that only a mobile sort of a version at the moment, or is there a website sort of like desktop version to that as well?
I mean, it looks nice on desktop as well. I just we develop with mobile first, so I thought it made sense to show it that way. But it looks good on desktop.
Yeah, great, very, very great job.
Cool. No, really nice. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And yeah, perfect. Let's move on to the next one. And send us the link whenever you have it deployed, please. Next one is, oh, I lost my, artifacts. Are you there?
Hi, here's Steffi.
Steffi, okay.
Hi, Pika, are you with us?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
So who's going to share the screen?
It's me, Steffi.
All right.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, you can start presenting.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Pika from Artifacts, an exchange platform for artists, and I'm from the UX team, so I'll talk a little bit about the UX part first. So Artifacts started with the problem that there are a lot of artists. Next slide, please. That there are a lot of artists and art students in Berlin who lack proper art equipment for their projects and who want to be a part of the art community here. So with Artifacts, we wanted to build a platform and a community for artists based on trust, where they can go and borrow, lend equipment to each other for free or for a small fee. So with this idea, the UX team conducted market research. We sent out a survey to our target group to see if that's something they would actually use. But actually the results show that most people wouldn't use it because they wouldn't trust a stranger with their equipment, and other people would prefer to use a secure rental company than borrow from strangers. So potential users were actually most interested in buying or selling equipment or offering it for free, as well as offering their professional services to the community. So therefore we decided to shift our idea and create an app for selling and giving away equipment and professional services. We then made 3 different user personas based on that we kept in mind while we're designing the app. The users are quite different in age and experience, technology proficiency, and what they're looking for the art community in Berlin. So with that, we knew that we wanted to create a very simple app, clean and very, very easy to use, where users can go and in a few clicks get the equipment or services they need. So we started with doing some very basic sketches by hand and low fidelity wireframes of the core functionalities. And then we did some user testing with our friends. When everything was final, we did the final sketches, wireframes in Figma with all the colors and everything. So yeah, now Steffi is going to talk about the web development.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, Pika. Yeah, on the tech stack, we don't have much fancy stuff to say. We used React and hooks and SCSS, and as helpers, React Router, Webpack, ESLint, Image.js for our messenger, and GitHub workflows for CI and CD. And as we're a web dev team of 3 front-end developer, we were suggested to use Firebase as database for authentication and hosting to get us started easily. So now have a look into Artifacts. I'm already logged in for time reasons. I'm with my existing Google account, and yeah, as we're an exchange platform for artist stuff, we have the Find Items page as one of our main pages. You have the search, the text search up here, and some filtering options, and down here the items provided by the database. You have the opportunity to make items your favorite, and in case it's your own item, you can delete them. And if you're interested in one of the items, you can click on it and you have this great pop-up here and the messenger with the opportunity to send a message to the owner of the item. Of course, you can save a new item to the database with some description and attributes. And we also prepared a user profile with some information. You can see your items here and could manage them, like deleting, and you can see your favorites as well and delete them. You can delete them from your favorites list, but of course not from the database because it's not yours. And you have the opportunity to edit your profile and save this to the database as well. So we go back to the presentation. In case we have had more time, we would like to give the opportunity to find and offer services analogous to the items. We would like to have like a little chat on artifacts. Would be cool to have a search around me and a map functionality, the rating of users and showing this on the user's profile and the picture upload and storage, because at the moment this all works by a URL. But all in all, we're totally happy that it was possible for us to apply the knowledge of the academic phase and build something pretty and something working from scratch in the team, respecting each other and have some great fun. And the last slide is to send a big thank you to our wonderful mentor, Renan, who was there like all the time, 24/7 available for us, cheering us up and guiding us through bugs and troubles. So a big thank you for being the best mentor we could wish for. And this was Artifacts, and we hope you had the same fun we had the last 8 to 10 weeks. Thank you.
Perfect, Steffi, Pika, and the team. Congratulations. That was really nice to see. And is it online on a URL we can look at?
Yeah, we post the link in the in Slack.
Perfect, really nice. Thank you so much. And let's open for
Oh,
let's open for questions. 5-10 seconds. Anyone to speak up? Okay, I guess no one has questions, but thank you so much. Oh, the link is already in the chat. Take a look and use it and break it and make sure you see the other people's work as well. Okay, so let's move on. We have 3 teams to go before we finish tonight. The next one is Planet's Little Helper. Julia, is it you who's going to present?
Yes.
All right, cool. So you can share a screen and start. We can see it, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So this is Planet's Little Helper, and so what is the app about? It's an app that aims at changing the user behavior so that they become more environmentally conscious. The app is aimed at everyone, and it offers very simple challenges because we believe that every small action will help create a greater positive impact in the future. Our original idea was to create an app that offers, of course, the challenges, enable to create an account for the user, check the progress, have a dashboard, and get customized challenges. What we actually implemented, so pretty much everything except for the dashboard and the customized challenging thing is not actually implemented fully, but we created a model to offer recommendations according to the challenges that the user has in their profile. Regarding the tech stack, we also did a merge stack. We use a merge stack. So for the front end, it's React and Redux. The back end is Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. And for the machine learning part is Python and Flask. UX UI is Figma, and and we deployed on Netlify. I mean, only the front end part actually. But let's take a look at the app. So this how the app looks like for like an unregistered user. Here it shows a little bit how the app works, and it prompts the user to create an account. And here we have a little like about page that tells a little bit more about the project. And here we have our challenges. If the user is not logged in, they cannot interact with the challenges. But as I said before, we can create an account. So I'm going to create the test account. Of course, there are some validations. And you can also upload a profile picture. Okay, so once you are signed in, yeah, you are redirected to the landing page with this friendly message, and you see something different. Of course, you can see your profile page, and now you can finally interact with the challenges as well. First, let's take a look at the profile page. At first, it says, of course, so we have no challenges because we just created the account. So let's go here and add the challenges. We have this sub-navigation bar, and we can toggle between the categories. And let's go back to the user profile. Now the challenges have been added to the profile, and you can mark them as completed or remove them. And here we can also have these recommendations. In theory, like according to what the user has in the profile, but as I said, it's actually for the moment it's pretty much fake. But you can still add them to your profile. We also can customize we can change the profile picture for now, not really so much of a customization. And yeah, if you log out again, you're redirected to the main page, and you can of course sign in again. We have validation, as I explained before. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Going back, so conclusion, we are proud of what we built, even if it's kind of simple, maybe. And we had some roadblocks, for sure, managing tasks and times, but also, yeah, we had no real experience with this technology, so we learned by doing. And we didn't have a mentor for most of the project, and also we had the 2 members that unfortunately dropped. And yeah, so sorry. So this is the team: Spatari, Ina, Sam, Ori, Donara, and me. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you for the team. Congratulations. Very nice. So it's still, I saw that you were running that in localhost now. Did you have a chance to deploy it or not yet?
We deployed the front end, but not the back end yet. And since the challenges are in the back end and in the database, and you cannot really do much, unfortunately, but you can see something.
Okay. No, cool. If you have a chance to put it online, everything, so we can all use and take a look at that, that would be really, really nice.
Of course.
Congratulations. I'll open for questions, 10 seconds. Oops. Okay, so nobody has questions. Please say your thoughts on the chat and take a look at the chat team, and congratulations for your work. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next one, which is one before the last, stress tracker.
Yeah.
Alexandra, okay.
Yes, 1 second. Let me share the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can see it.
Great.
We can start. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Let's talk about stress and our journey to create a stress tracking app. So during the past couple of weeks, our team, with a lot of cool people from DS track, web development track, and UX design track, we focused on a very present topic in our society, which is stress. Every one of you experienced that, and we all know that it can lead to severe health issues. That's why we took all our brains and our new tech skills to create a mobile app that can monitor our heart rate and its variability parameters that can be extracted from a smartwatch. So our stress tracker has 3 major functionalities. First, tracking stress levels, then notifying the users when they are stressed, and lastly, providing options for stress management. And this combination, tracking and stress management, is very unique given the product research. So, with this vision in mind, we created a very minimalistic design, as you can see, to make it more user-friendly. The colors are calming white and red to pay attention on the buttons. And by default, we created also text notifications that are with an option for customization. But for now, let's take a look at our very first prototype. And I'm passing on to Ixa.
So, hey guys, can you hear me clear, everyone? Like Daniel?
Yes.
That's sweet. Okay, so this is pretty much, I'll just run through this real quick. It's our landing page here. So you can obviously, log in. And if you're not logged in already, if you're not a registered user, you can always sign up. And yeah, and enter a few details, you'll be good to go. So since I have an account already, I'm gonna go log in real quick, say something like this. Say like a test email, which I have already, like password. And it logs you in, and then you'll need to fill in some details which are really relevant to track your stress rate. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a 999, and then you have to give in how tall you are to get the details right, and also how much do you weigh, and then also importantly, how often do you exercise? You have 3 options. You can choose the one you want. I'd say this, and then it's time to synchronize your smartwatch. And they'll automatically in our model in the future that we done automatically. Here we have to kind of do it manually. So once you click on the heart rate measure, it enters you and automatically it fills out the rest of the coordinates. Then now it's showtime. Let's check if you're stressed or not. It says your heart rate's fine, but in case if you want to have got some time, yeah, we got some techniques for you. You can start using if it's a few minutes and you got some breathing or free writing or some of these techniques, you can click on breathing, for example, and it will show you how to be done. There's also a toggle audio file if someone could hear me, but that's about it from my side. It's a responsive web app, but we intended it. It's not really how to work with the media queries in the long run, but it's an intended web app. But right now, it's more or less a responsive web app. And over to you, Marcel.
So our tech stack mainly composed the data science team worked with Python and Flask. Our design team or UX design team used Figma to design, and the web development team used React to code the app. And the Techlabs challenge was not about developing a product, it was about learning and developing our tech skills. And there have been several successes in each track, but also some challenges. And so I will focus on the challenges. And the biggest challenge was that we lost some members from the web development team. So in the end, Ixa was alone to code this thing. And still we need to work on some other features we want to implement. And so we still have a vision that we want to finish. And I want to present you them. So first of all, we want to brush up our design to make it look more user-friendly. We also want to implement some features like automatic notification, a better way to visually track the stress, and add more techniques to manage stress. But for now, this is what we have been up to, and thank you all for listening. And thank you to our mentor, Kai, who maybe is in the audience or not. I didn't see him yet.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's really nice pictures. I saw that you were working together. That's really cool. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Congratulations on your work and everybody and the team. Is a prototype still, or can we actually use it? Is it still online? Is it already online?
It's online, but just the thing is, like, when you're trying to connect, because I'm new to using Python, like Flask at the backend, so the post records are a bit tricky. I got my local host running on my PC.
Okay. If you ever get a chance to put it online, just share the link with us in the alumni channel. That would be.
No, I can do it right now, but it'll work. Some of the pages will work, and then some you have to give in. Like, I'll post all the like couple of links here.
Yeah, as you wish. But it looks really cool. Let's open for questions. 10 seconds. Anyone can just pick up. Okay, no questions. Thank you so much. That was really interesting and great work. Let's move on to the last project then, which is, last but not least, What Street Art. And then with this one, we finish our presentation. So who is going to present for What Street Art?
Me.
Luca, okay.
Here we go. Okay, last presentation. Everybody do some jumping jacks. All right, start broadcasting. I hope you can all see the screen.
We can see the screen, yes.
Lovely. Okay, ready when you are.
All right, just go ahead.
Oh, okay, good. So we are starting. Okay. So, all right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, friends of time and space. I'm very happy and proud to present to you What Street Art, the app that we developed to discover urban artworks and creators in your city right on the spot. First of all, about the problem we wanted to tackle. So we as urban art enthusiasts realized it is kind of tricky to gain information about specific murals and graffitis when you pass by on the street. There's of course always the option that you just join a street art tour, but it's like only like a limited amount of murals you can learn about. It's very inflexible. There are apps and websites, but we realize they're often quite broad. It's a bit more like randomized databases most of the times. So the problem stays, it's kind of like inconvenient to find information about a certain piece of graffiti you pass by on the street or at the bridge. So we thought about a solution and we came up with one. An app with AI-supported scan function to explore artworks on the spot. We knew from the very beginning this needs data-based listings of murals, as well as additional functions based on user needs. So what did we do? We did user research. We reached out to 60 people by an online survey, and we looked for patterns. And we realized that many people were interested in the idea, and especially in aspects like getting to know the creator's name, their other artworks, background stories, while everybody was kind of like not too motivated to spend a lot of time for research. So we took that knowledge, we analyzed competitors, we developed personas, user flows, user stories. We developed flow maps for the app structure and did wireframes, while constantly exchanging ideas and debating with the team about the technical feasibility, pros and cons of different options, etc. Until we finished our Figma prototype. This prototype we took out on the street and we did user testing in the park for a while, took that information out again, and now within this limited time frame, we successfully achieved a feature set for MVP 1. We right now have an operating prototype with a scan function based on AI recognition. It has a fully functioning front end and back end, and they will be combined in the MVP 2. We have murals filtered by popularity, proximity, and the latest upload. We got a geolocation-based map pinpointing to artwork sites. We got artwork pages with background information, additional mural recommendations, artist pages with lists of all kind of like art the creator did, and an explore option for randomized mural suggestions. So now to also visualize that, I will show you our app demo, but for that, I will actually do it on Drive, which should be a bit better quality. So the homepage, we have 3 sections: recently added, near you, and popular. You like a picture, you tap on it and it will direct you to the art page. You have the title, you have the creator's name, you have the location, you have like suggestions. And if you move to the map, you will have like a blue pinpoint showing you your exact location by GPS. And all those pink pinpoints you see are murals in the city, the current data set we have right now. If you go to the scan option, you can scan the mural and the AI will show you which mural it is and similar looking ones. And if you go to the explore option, as I mentioned, it is a randomized gallery if you're curious what other kind of graffitis are out there. If you go to the personal profile, you have your profile, and there are the liked artworks and saved artworks. So you can actually save your favorite art pieces and collect them in your profile. So I hope you enjoyed this little look at that. Coming to the tech tools, so yeah, we used a huge amount of tech tools, among others. There was no space on the slide anymore. And about the visions of MVP2, so for the future of our app, we vision to fully integrate the UI, which is already in process. Having a personal gallery feature that's functioning in the personal profile as well, with like optimized save and like options. Therefore, we also still want to implement the account system so you actually can have like a personalized gallery of like your saved and liked pictures all around you. We want to implement the Google navigation link so you can actually navigate to the murals in your area. Redefining the interface design a little bit based on the user testing we did, and also brainstorm maybe a catchier name. So that was the presentation already. Meet my team. Thanks goes out first of all to my team, guys. It was a blast working with you together. Thank you so much. Also, great thanks to our mentors, to the whole Techlabs community, all the other techies, and everybody involved. It was a great experience. Thank you so much, and we are open for questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Luca. Really, really interesting, really awesome. And yeah, that looks great. Is it, what is the plans about us being able to use it?
So,
can we already do that? Is it online somewhere?
It is not fully deployed yet, but we're aiming for it.
Very good. Everybody should aim to deploy so we can use it. Very nice. Thank you so much. Let's open for questions. Anybody has questions? 10 seconds. All right, cool. Yeah, thank you so much. That was our last project. It closed really well, our night tonight. Thank you so much, Luca and the team. Congratulations. And with that, I think that's it. That's the end of our summer term 20. Not really the end. There's still some stuff happening, like the event tomorrow. And don't forget that we have the delivery of all the materials on Sunday. So including the blog post, which I think is going to be, once we finish setting up the blog on our website, you're going to have that as well that you can actually link to in future applications. Going to have also a register of your work. It's going to be really important. And I would just like to say that you should all be very, very proud of yourselves. I think if you think of yourselves 4 months ago, could you ever imagine that you would be able to do what you showed to us today? And I think that that's kind of the mindset that you have to have. Of course, we all want to learn more and do more, but just compare yourself today with you 4 months ago. And I think that you are very brave and very, you should be very proud of yourselves with what you showed today and what you developed and what you learned. And we only can say that you have to keep learning, keep developing. You should never, never give up. And we are very glad that we could help you. And of course, we're still here for you in the future. Just keep in mind that Techlabs is just a start, you know, it's just kind of a beginning, and we really hope that it moves you forward in your future. Anna, do you want to share the screen for the last slide?
No.
Come on, do it.
It's just one slide.
Yeah, but you have to put it on. Come on.
Oh man, now I need to find it. Wait.
I spent so much time designing this last slide. It's so awesome.
Oh man, you caught
It's
me
nothing
now.
actually.
Not
It's just a
doing
button. It's just a button saying that we have this Wonder Room open. If you want to join there to just say goodbye to your people, or to just say hello to other people, just go for the Wonder Room. Next slide, which is very beautiful. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the end. And thank you so much. And I hope that lots of you can join tomorrow. And it was great to have you, and see you tomorrow. And yeah, with that, see you later on Wonder and tomorrow.
Exactly. I posted the link here also in the chat, and yeah, see you there. And for those who will not continue with us maybe in the future, like really, you can always come back to us no matter what. We'll be in Slack, on LinkedIn, wherever. So don't be a stranger.
Don't
Anna, will you bring the dog tomorrow?
I got that question already. Yes, I think I will.
You better do.
I will.
Cool.
Okay.
Everyone wants the dog.
Yeah, it's a story of my life. Like
that's kind of why we joined.
Yeah, no, you didn't know about the dog when you joined.
The mascot. We should put it in the how to say, the advertisements for the next semester. There'll be more people joining.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Cool,
everyone. So have a great night. Thanks so much for coming, and thank you for all the work. And I hope you
and head over to Wonder Room. See you there.
exactly.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, you great people. Bye bye.
Bye bye.